All right, so if you could please introduce yourself, who you are, a little bit about yourself and your connection to Larry Itliong.
Hi, my name is Johny Itliong. I'm the son of Larry. Um, that's my connection.
So, what does today mean for you in terms of this park being named after your father and all the history of Filipino farm workers?
Well, the significance of this is my father. He never wanted credit for what he did, and for me, this is a lifetime of work, traveling throughout the United States, speaking to people, capturing anybody's ear who would hear about the truth of what really happened with my father and the UFW, um, how other people tried to take credit for his work, and I've spent my whole lifetime speaking up for my father. So this is more than unbelievable.
What do you hope people will remember about your father's legacy and about today?
The biggest thing about my dad, he helped. He was on a board, the first board to help write the first labor laws. This is probably his most pinnacle thing, and other than the unions, ILWU, he's a founding member, held up to vice president. He was part of CIO of AFL-CIO. Ernest Manila was the founder of that, and my dad was his protege. So this is where he learned unionizing, and uh, so what he did was he ended up sitting on this board and helped write the first agriculture labor laws, which in turn were our first labor laws. So every working person here in the United States has been, he wasn't the only one, but has been touched by his work. And, his thing was to help uh, to speak for those who have no voice. And, I'm following his footsteps. California has spent, I think, what, $58 billion on homelessness. And I think I do more for homeless people than that $58 billion do. I travel up and down the state, I speak, but I've never talked about this until now. I travel with a truck full of food, gasoline, and just I'm just out there helping people, and it's not about getting the recognition. It's just actually out there, as it says in my Facebook, getting shit done, and that's what my father taught me. Out there doing it, not talking about it, and just physically doing it. And um, I have my booth here. I have a photo exhibit that I've carried with me for probably about 25 years, and it's helped educate people, helped show people that the truth about my father, the truth about the UFW, it wasn't Chavez and Dolores who started it. It was my father who initiated the Delano grape strike, and forced Chavez to join the strike, and it wasn't easy for him. Um, Unfortunately, he was not a part of a union prior to that. He was part of an association which was geared towards a credit union, doing good in that way. I'm not putting down anything that Chavez did, but the fact of the matter is, he tried to make it his own, and it wasn't. It was a group of people, and it wasn't just my father. I have to say names like Pete Velasco, Philip Veracruz, Andy Umatan, Ben Gines, even Carlos Bulasan. There are so many names that need to be said, and every time I've spoken, I've tried to say all these names, and so today I have a blank canvas, and I'm gonna, when I get up on stage, I'm gonna ask people to write down names of Manongs that were here, because a lot of them didn't have families. And the best part about being with my father and going to the camps was meeting these Manongs. They were our uncles, me and my brother. We were their family for whatever time we were there. 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 hours, 5 hours. We were their family, and they protected us. They watched over us. They cared for us. And the hardest part about all this is going to the camps and seeing an empty room. Where's Uncle? Uncle's not here anymore. My heart would sink. because I knew he passed. His time working, the hard labor, you know, he passed away. Many times it was me, my father, and my brother going to these funerals, just the three of us. Hundreds, 200, maybe 300. And the only flowers that these monks ever got was the one that me and my brother laid on their graves. They deserve more than that. This is why I fought so hard. This is why I'm here. I dedicated my life. I've lost wives and families because of this. I'll do it again. And I'll continue to do it. And I'm here. I'm here. I'm alive. And as long as I'm alive and breathing, I will continue this. And what I have here in my hand that I brought with me is the original AWOC flag, the one and only existing AWOC flag. This flag was carried from Delano to Sacramento. And I'm bringing it out today to share with all the people that need to know about this. I am Larry Itliong. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you so much. No, appreciate the tears. We're honored by your story, and honored by the memories and the Mandongs that that you're talking about. If there's maybe like a message that you would want to send to future generations about today, what would that be?
You know, one of the biggest messages I try to share is back then was true racism, real racism, not feelings, and love one each other, man. Just watch out for each other, take care of each other. You know, we're in it together, and you know, I just you know, I just wish that you know everybody can drop with their hurt feelings and about everything, you know, and be strong within themselves so we can raise each other up. Because what's that saying? A tide raises many boats, and I'm just a boat rider.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.